Hello everyone. It's been a while since I've made a video. Been extremely busy lately, and had some inspiration to make another video today. And I just wanted everyone to realize that there's nothing wrong with you. We've been led to believe that there's something wrong with us, or there's something that we need to change about ourselves. But it's completely wrong. The only thing wrong with ourselves is the belief that there's something wrong. And that belief shows up in our life. It shows up in our reality based on programming from when we grew up, based from society's idea of who we should be, our family's idea of who we should be, our peers, our friends, everyone. It shapes and molds who we are today. And if we don't question what the world tells us, then we become whatever they tell us. And so specifically, when I grew up, I was told I had ADHD, I can't focus, and all these different things. And so if I believe that and buy into it, then I'm going to become those things. Because those things before were a part of my identity, but it's not who I am. And so I bought in to what everybody else was telling me who I was. And so I became that person who was unfocused and couldn't finish projects and couldn't complete things. And that was a big part of my life because I bought in to that idea that wasn't true. And so there's a lot of things that we don't even realize that we're buying into that are showing up into our lives. And so specifically, if you realize there's anything in your life that you don't like, or you disagree with, or you don't want to be there, then there's a belief surrounding that. And it could be your own belief, or it could be a belief that was casted upon us. And we had no other choice but to believe it, buy into it, and become it. Because whatever we're being, we become. Because in order to become something, you first have to be it. And so if you want to become a painter, you first have to be one. And so that applies to these negative aspects as well. For me, in order to become unfocused, hard ability to finish projects, always switching tasks, in order to become that, I had to be it. And so everything that's in front of us is just a reflection of our beliefs and our programming. But realize there's nothing wrong with you. That's first and foremost the most important step. Because once we truly believe that, all of these negative labels and aspects that we've attached to our identity start to fall away. But it takes a little bit of effort on your part to change something. Because when we go down a new path, we need that activation energy in order to take a new path. Because there's resistance in taking a new path, and that's what that activation energy is. It's much like, in order for a reaction to start, a chemical reaction to start, there has to be that activation energy in order for that reaction to start. So most like that, in reality and in life and in changing things, we have to put in that activation energy by doing something different. By looking at our thoughts, our beliefs, and what's happening to us. The secret to getting anything you want is just examining your beliefs. Because our beliefs are going to guide us to wherever we're going to go. The fact that I'm on this path right now, I believed in where it was going to take me. And so I'm like, I'm going to embark on this path because this is where I know it takes me. But if we're on paths that we're unconscious of, then we got to examine our own self. And so a lot of us are on these paths that aren't even ours. From the programming. From the ideal of who we should be based on society's ideas. And a lot of us live up to that without any knowledge. We think it's just normal. And so I really want you to embody this. If you're listening to this right now, there's nothing wrong with you. And I want you to feel those words land on you. And if you really tune into these words, that there's nothing wrong with you, you're going to start to feel a resonance with this phrase. And that resonance is going to show you what's not truly you. Because when we attach negative labels and ideas to our identity, that's not who we are. And so if we believe there's something wrong with us, that's a core misbelief. So I really want you to sit with these words, that there's nothing wrong with you. I want you to see and pay attention as to what comes to the surface, whatever that might be for you. It might be something that you're not aware of. Because when I first realized that these words were true, it lifted a burden off my shoulders. Because I thought there was something wrong with me. But in reality, we're born perfect. And God brings us into this world in such a manner that we don't need to be changed. It's just like a kid that grows up. They grow up in such a way where they're playful, they're joyful. They don't think they need anything. They're so hyper present because they haven't been programmed by society's ideas, by their family's ideas of what they truly need to be doing. And so they can live into the moment. And so when you realize, when you return to yourself, it's a childlike state of playfulness, hyper-presence. And so the more you find yourself going back to that state, the more you're returning to your true essence. So I want you to reflect on that today. Feel into, there's nothing wrong with you. I'm curious to see what comes up. Let me know.